Well, hello everyone, welcome back guys. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badruddin back again with another lab number 4, routing based SSRF. So the description of this lab is saying this lab is vulnerable to routing based SSRF via the host header, and you can exploit this to access an insecure intranet admin panel located into an internal IP address. To solve the lab, we need to access the internal admin panel located somewhere within this range of subnet. Then we need to delete the user Carlos. There is a note: to prevent the Academy platform being used to attack third parties, our firewall blocks interactions between the labs and arbitrary external systems. To solve the lab, you must use Burp Collaborator's default public server. So this is pretty important because the pursuer does not want someone to use its platform for attacking any third party or out of band interaction. So they just block the any out of band interaction. So they suggest us to use Burp Collaborator. Although even if you do not have the commercial version or professional version of Burp Suite, you can solve this lab. Okay, but you should have a clear conceptual understanding about SSRF. Okay, because the most important thing they already provided in the lab, that the intranet or internal admin panel is located somewhere into this subnet. So it could be 192.168.0.1 to maybe on 2 on 200 or anywhere, but within this range. So we already have everything to solve this lab. If they did not provide you this particular subnet, then it's gonna be more difficult. So let's see. What I'm gonna do is access the lab, which I already did here. Burp Suite is already getting the hits. So let's see. What I'm gonna do, let's see if I just say /admin and hit enter. So you can see this is the /admin request and it's saying nothing found. Okay, but the lab is saying the internal intranet admin panel is published on this subnet somewhere. So I'm going to send this request to the intruder, and let's go to the intruder, and instead of this host domain name, I'm gonna say 192.168.0.0. Okay, and because we want to access the admin panel, so I just say /admin and /24. If you have understanding about subnetting, so /24 means only the last octet is for host and rest of these first 3 octets are for network, and this is only for host, and it will be from 0 to 255. That means this 0 is the network address, and if we put here 255, that's gonna be the broadcast address, and in between any number you put, that is gonna be the host. That means from 1 to 254 is gonna be the host. So what I'm gonna do is just first of all clear everything. Okay, and we need to target this last octet, and I'm gonna add, then sniper attack is okay. Go to the payload, and instead of simple list, I'm gonna put the numbers on that position. So from 1 to 254. Okay, fine. So 1 to 254 step is 1. That means every time it will go one more on the next number, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, or you can choose random also, but that's okay. Now you can see it's gonna take in the fraction, but we want it to not take the fraction. So minimum fraction digit is 0 and maximum fraction digit is 0, so no points will be there. Okay, everything seems perfect. Let's just one more thing here. I don't want this update host header to match the target because we don't want to work on it. We just gonna check on this host. Okay, so just start the attack. It's going to give you one warning that the host header in the request does not match the specific target host. Yes, of course, I want that. So ignore this and okay. Now it is going to check everything, and as you can see, 504 is there. That means gateway timeout. So, and if you check the request, it's saying /admin to 24, 25, 26, like this. It is going to increase one by one every IP until it matches the correct IP for /admin. So once it get the correct IP on which the /admin portal is published, it's gonna give you a different status code in the response. So let's see. I'm gonna pause the video, and once the result I get, I will be back. Okay guys, so you can see on IP address 192.168.0.131, on this IP address admin portal is being published, so the status code is 200. So if I see the response, you can see 200. So if I see the response here, you will find, if we scroll down, so home, my account, and there is username. This is a form, okay, where there is one field, input field, which is username, and one submit button. So I think we need to input the username, then we click the delete button so that the user will be deleted. Okay, fine, we get everything what we need. Now I need to pause this attack, and let's just go back to the proxy and send this request to the repeater. Now come to the repeater, and instead of this host name, I'm gonna say 192.168.0.131 and send the request. Now you can see 200. Okay, so that means this application is also vulnerable to server-side request forgery via HTTP host header. Okay, because we can access and we can make requests to any internal endpoint or internal IP address. So this is what SSRF is. If you want to learn more about SSRF, I already recorded the whole module about the SSRF. You can go and watch it. So fine. Now if I right click on the response and show response in the browser, copy that and make sure you burp proxy is enabled on the browser. So if I paste that, hit enter, you can see this is the page where you can write here the username and it will delete the user. Although it will not work because let's say Carlos, it will not work because once I click on it, it will take the genuine request because it will not directly go to the internal IP address, but we basically get the exact request here. You can see this is the post request where I put the username Carlos, and also you can see this complete endpoint. We basically needed this endpoint, not this host. That's why it is giving us 404 not found. But if you want to be success, you need to delete this host and put this IP. Okay, so what was that? Send this request to the repeater again. Go to the repeater, and instead of this host name, I'm just gonna put 192.168.0.313. Rest of the things already we did. So username is already here, Carlos. Now we just need to send this request. Okay, let's just send the request, and as you can see 302 found. If we follow the redirection, 302 found /admin and username and delete user, the same, it will redirect you to the same page. So I hope you enjoy the lab. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.